Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over something called the project, also called the Modern Day Night Project. I'm going to talk about why I wanted to cover it, what it is, who runs it, and why I think it's fraudulent. Now, I don't necessarily mean fraudulent in a legal sense, but to me, paying $20,000 for what we're going to go over is wild. And the idea that this can bring financial freedom to you is a huge red flag. The deceptive tactics line up really well with what I cover every day, from dangerous people to multi-level marketing companies and scams, as well as cults, which honestly, all four of those categories fall into the Modern Day Night Project. Don't forget that you're welcome to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos, and you can hit the like button if you enjoy this video, as well as the bell button if you want to get notified when any post of mine goes up. I will give a trigger warning for talks of abuse and some pretty wild things. You will see some pretty terrible things, I guess. Maybe not violent, but definitely concerning. There is also a very brief topic of conversation of sexual assault, very brief, when going over things that you struggle with and trauma and how they go about that, which is concerning considering none of them are licensed or have the proper criteria or education to do that. Anyway, let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head.
The Modern Day Night is a 75-hour personal growth experience for men who want to live a life filled with fulfillment, purpose, financial freedom, and have a deep, loving relationship with their family. But it's more than just a 75-hour crucible. Yes, they do call it a crucible. Because when you graduate from the 75-hour experience, you become a member of the Brotherhood Mastermind, a 12-month-long coaching and mentorship mastermind focused on developing the man, the meaning, and the money even more. Here's a short discussion of what the Crucible does. This 3-day experience is one of the toughest physical and mental challenges you'll experience, and it's designed to help you shatter your self-doubt and limiting belief, gain clarity in your life's work and purpose, heal from trauma and that makes you feel broken and unworthy, and dig deep into your past and uncover the experiences that are holding you back from achieving greater levels of success in your life. What I find funny is I actually believe that the 75-hour Crucible doesn't obviously heal them from their trauma. I actually believes it gives them so much more trauma than they already had. And I'll show you some videos and clips of it and go over what I think is just straight up abuse. Let's go ahead and meet the instructors. Bedos, I'm not sure how to say that last name, is the founder of the project, and he's the founder of global fitness franchise Fit Body Boot Camp. He also has a show teaching entrepreneurs how to build empires and create legacies, and he's a best-selling author of Man Up, How to Cut the Bullshit and Kick Ass in Business and in Life. Bedos created this program with the sole intent of using the 75-hour experience as a way not only to help men step up to the highest version of themselves, but as a rite of passage into the elite brotherhood of modern day knights. The next one is Steve Eckert, co-founder of the project and honestly one of the biggest abusers I've seen in this group. He's a U.S. Marine, co-founder of LTD, Leadership and Team Development, an immersive experience to turn businesses and their employees into high-performance, profit-generating teams. Steve will be the facilitator of suffering, ensuring that you earn your spot inside the brotherhood. Again, big signs of a cult, huge signs of a cult, in my opinion. Nick is a former Marine Raider and recon. He's an instructor of the Modern Day Night Project and a best-selling author of Excommunicated Warrior. He's the co-founder of Johnny Slicks, and he has a podcast. Every day, thousands of men are using Nick's products and services to help level up in every aspect of their lives. William Branham is a former Navy SEAL and an instructor of Modern Day Night, founder of Naked Warrior Recovery and the Navy SEAL Mindset podcast, highly decorated Navy SEAL veteran with 26 years of service. His expertise in leadership and mindset has been sought after by organizations ranging from small businesses to Fortune 500 companies. Chris Wichman is a retired U.S. Air Force survival, invasion, resistance, and escape specialist. He's an Operation Black Site instructor, Modern Day Night Project instructor, and he's a CEO of Bull Solutions Mountaineering and Survival School. At the project, he'll show you how to break free from the restraints and limitations you place on yourself. So let's talk about what's included in that 12-month-long Modern Day Night Mastermind. mastermind. 3 in-person live mastermind meetups held at their private ranch in SoCal, monthly group coaching Zooms with me and guest celebrities and experts, a private online community where we all connect, share wins, network, and support each other. There's no high-level life, business, and impact coaching for men like this on the planet. This is very much giving Eric Worre Mastermind, except physical abuse, in my opinion, and a way for them to break you down and put you into this brotherhood cult that they have. Now, let's get into some of the examples of the activities that they do for the 75-hour crucible.
If you want to survive and thrive through life, you're going to need to know these 4 things: how to lead, how to communicate, how to work as a team, and how to problem solve. We are not the project. The project is a thing of its own. Understand that this is controlled chaos.
Better put your face in the water. Down!
Guys that didn't even make it to the top yet, we're gonna be here a while. We're gonna have some fun today.
We're secured.
So that's just a little example of what they show. I'm going to show some other activities that they do for their 75-hour crucible.
Back. Feet. Belly.
Yes, sir.
Feet. Belly.
Punching your soul right now, gentlemen.
Paid for this. You want to be here. This is where you want to be. Put your head down and quit. Put your head down or quit.
Get it back.
Put your head down or quit. You know what? Stand up. Stand the f*** up.
Hey,
Stand up
don't
right
break
now.
your chain. Hey!
Stand up.
I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Don't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the
2, 3, 29. 1, 2, 3, 30. 1, 2, 3.
Hold that sledgehammer in the air, both hands. Like a bench
Kill.
press. Like a bench
Kill.
press.
Kill.
Kicking.
1, 2, 3.
Those are a few of the activities that they do during this 75-hour crucible. I will say when it comes to the payment, I don't care if you're paying $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to do that. I couldn't care less. Use your money how you want. I am saying that the deception that these 5 men do and the abuse that they give to these men, which we're going to get into, is not okay. And honestly, I think should be a warning sign to everyone watching this. It's giving wanna be in the military, couldn't control my anger, so I'm doing this instead and paying for it. And honestly, the leaders of this are giving very much extreme mental health issues that are left unattended to. I'll put it that way. I do want to look at a few comments before we get into some really difficult things to watch. They are pretty much trolled on almost every single post that they have up on Instagram. Someone says, "This is fucking dumb. This isn't RASP. It's not Q course. It's not Bud S. It's a bunch of I almost joined trying to prove something and you're stealing their money." So what this person is covering when they talk about RASP, Q course, it's special forces. So I think that this person has a great point. They're pretty much stealing money from people who wish they would have done that, wanted to do that, maybe thought that they couldn't and now have their opportunity. They're taking advantage of insecurities that they have. There's another comment that says, "LOL, instead of paying for that, I joined the Marine Corps. And not only did I become stronger mentally and physically without paying, but I also get some dope discounts for the rest of my life. Free Texas Roadhouse on Veterans Day? Worth it." And this last one I want to read for now says, "Grown men who never grew out of the bullying stage and mask it as breaking you down to build you up. Small, fragile egos, unaware that they're the ones who are lost." And then someone says this whole program is a humiliation kink. I'm not kink shaming. I'm just reading the comment. Now, we're going to get into some things that might be a little more difficult to watch that are bothersome. And as I watched some of these, it definitely made me want to make this video even more. So just beware as we step into what you think we're probably going to step into. I want to start by showing you a video of why I think this is wild for them to pay like upwards of $15,000, $20,000 to join this and then get treated this way. Please listen to what these men are saying to these people who paid to be there. These people paid them to help them, whatever you want to call it, and this is how they're being treated.
One fucking person, go back in the water, you fucking idiots! If any of you get out of the water and ring the bell, I'm gonna personally fucking whoop your ass on the sand. So if you are already contemplating on ringing the bell, step forward now, ring the bell, go sit in the fucking warm truck, and let the other men do what men do. If this was
When he talks about ringing the bell, he means quitting, by the way.
class one, where there was no video to demonstrate what you would be experiencing, I would understand that some of you might show up looking like pumpkins and pears like you do. The second they take off, the next one hits the steps forward and hits the ground. What does the one waiting do? Holy fucking shit! Oh, whoa! We found our one. Put your fucking hands out. Lock your hands. Figure it out before you show up, and then you come here and you kick it in the fucking dick. Yes, sir. Not the bullshit that you're doing right now. Feet, back, belly, back, feet, belly. We haven't even gotten warmed up. We're just getting fucking started.
I didn't train hard enough. I don't belong here. I didn't train hard enough. I don't.
And you know it's fucking true. That hair tells the whole fucking story. That's all I need to know is that fucking hair.
I want to remind you, everything I'm showing you is what they proudly put on their social media. There's one. Let's watch the next video of abuse. This says, like, it's a scam as the cover, but then when you click it says, warning, this will trigger weak men.
What do we do about that?
You guys are in terrible shape. I just would like to let that be known. You're in terrible physical condition. I'm sure your wives and girlfriends are proud.
Here's another one.
Better start climbing. Stop moving. I'm pulling you back down again. Stop moving, and I'm going to pull you down the hill. If you stop moving, you're coming back down the hill. The dirt. Be helping you. Stop moving again.
Motherfucker, he can't do it. Put them back on his back now. Every one of them put on his fucking back. Put him back on his back. Put them on his back.
I just want to show you that this guy over here in the left, right over here, he's smiling watching this, by the way. He's one of the instructors. His name is Nick. And the one that you've seen abusing the majority of the men, his name is fucking Steve.
Get back to whatever the fuck you're doing.
Sympathetic motherfucker. You have to accept. Whatever that is for you. What's I'm going to say to you, hope is not a course of action. It is on you. You have to deal with the way of your life, your decisions.
That's a little bit of the abuse. Just a small amount that they put on their social media. I'm sure there's plenty more. There are some concerning things I want to talk about when it comes to their mindset training and their mental health, stuff like that. How these men come home to their wives and their families. Let's hear what Bedos has said about that.
So over the next 90 days, as you parachute back into your normal life, understand that this level of intensity, you can't just bring to your wife and kids. We've seen this happen, and the wives reach out to us and go, like created a monster and sent it home, and now he's like fucking cracking orders and this, that, and the other. Remember, your wife did not go through the project with you. You got to ease her. Like, we forced this on you. This was like chemotherapy compressed, time collapsed in a short amount of time. You got to ease your family members into this version 2.0 of yourself, because you're going to come home more disciplined, more organized. Hey, I have rules, routines, rituals. Great, let them know what it is. Ask them to join it for your new lifestyle. Introduce them to the books that you're about to read or that you have read, into the mindset. Because if you just tell them this is how it is, they're like, what the Man, you left as this guy, you came as another guy. Project was bad through their lens.
So this is Bedos, like I said, and he refers to what they come as before as having a cancer. He says that in the 3-minute or whatever video on their homepage for the Modern Day Night. Cancer sucks. It's not a great thing, and so many people go through so much and die from it too. But then he goes on to call what they do chemotherapy to cure, help solve this cancer, which I think is a disgusting way to put this. No, it's not. And people shouldn't have to go through chemotherapy unless they have a cancer. But also making these men think they have some kind of mental or emotional cancer inside of them that needs to be cleaned out with their chemotherapy or 75-hour crucible. People who've done actual chemotherapy in real life for actual cancer are so much stronger than any of those 5 leaders. So much stronger. And let's talk about this whole idea of, I've had wives message me, contact me, say, you've created a monster. You've sent home this monster. Well, yeah, of course. They're going into this 75-hour crucible, experiencing an immense amount of trauma, bullying. They are being deteriorated as a human being and then coming back out. What do you expect? Anyway, I don't want to go on a rant, but here is actually what Bedos thinks about you as a man and what you should be like.
Do not be docile, do not be tame, you must be the monster. And then put that monster under control and deploy it only when you need to. And I think that is very, very beautiful and poetic, because if you can be aggressive, you can operate in a state of urgency, and you can bring violence, you are probably one of the most calmest people I know. Trust me. You are that calm of a person, but you know because you're confident and you're controlled.
I would love some mental health professionals who I know watch my videos to hone in on this. Do not be docile. Do not be tame. You must be a monster. Quite an interesting look from Bedos in that example, because it seems like him and his own team can't control their own monster inside of them. Here is another mindset moment with them.
She doesn't know any of that, so she's like, if this motherfucker continues on this path of being a fucking dumbass, I'm gonna have to divorce him and find someone else. That's just a reality. We are expendable. Women can sense when a dude gives off loser vibes, incongruency vibes, you know? And so your job is to go, I'm decisive, I'm a leader, I execute on what I say, and you're probably feeling this way, and I understand why because of the track record that I have, but that is forever changed, and I will prove it to you. Don't take my word for it. Let me prove it to you.
Okay, I don't want to go too long in this video. I don't want to do too much of a deep dive. I don't like watching these videos very much. But this last one, I'm going to give a big trigger warning. This is where the word molested comes in. And this is how they view mental health.
I got molested. This happened. Whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is like when everyone is telling everyone that, it's all men in the room, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're telling you guys things that we've probably, one, have never told anybody.
Yeah.
Or we just recently maybe have told somebody.
Yeah.
It's something that still bothers us. So, but the thing is, too, is I remember you saying, like, yep, remember that? Or I've had that happen. I know someone who's had that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because we tell ourselves these stories. And, like, my story was, like, oh, like, I feel like I have, like, a form of PTSD. Which, to some point, I probably did. But, I mean, it's 3 years later now. 4 years later. So why am I still telling myself the same story?
The same narrative.
I want us to listen to that one more time.
I got molested. This happened.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it does matter. And the fact that they are making these guys or pushing these guys to share these things and then act like, well, it happened in the past, get over it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, fellas. That's the big vibe I'm getting from this. And move on. Oh, you had PTSD? That's right. 3 or 4 years ago, you had it. That has never and will never be the healthy way to deal with these things. It's frustrating for me to watch this, and as someone who's a mental health advocate who pushes the idea that it's okay to get help and you should, and also medicated happiness is still happiness, over-the-counter happiness is still happiness, and it's okay to take meds to be able to function. It's okay to get help from a professional, a licensed professional to help you heal and actually, by the way, heal those wounds. This is horrific. These people who have experienced stuff that has caused PTSD, or whether it's, some kind of sexual abuse or whatever it is, they have a gaping wound, and these men are rubbing some dirt on it. How about we scoop out the nasty shit, put on the shit that's going to help heal it, and then maybe stitch it together, throw some staples on and a bandage over it. And I know that it's not always that simple. As a medical professional, I know that not all wounds are the same, but there are ways to do this that will actually make a difference in your life and your family's life. It's just a bit fraudulent to me. It's a bit gross, scammy. What they're really doing is they're just making money off of people's insecurities. Before we go, there's a couple of things I want to talk about because they seem to talk about females and wives and how you need to treat your wife well, but they make posts like this. Who you choose as a wife will determine your success or failure. If you had to pick one, which would it be? Someone said, gotta go with Amber. If I'm gonna get crazy, I'll at least get crazy hot. I take Brittany. She's just gonna make her TikTok dances and be crazy in the corner. The other ones will steal your soul. I figured you guys were above mocking broken people, which I actually really like that comment. Basically, no one wants Jada. The one in the top right makes the rounds these days on some of the more reputable podcasts, unfortunately. I'll take Brittany. I can practice my takedowns and boxing combos while she swings the knife. And that's just a few. There's also this one, and this is interesting. Someone with a degree in religion, Steve Eckert, the facilitator of suffering, says, I am doing God's work. I freaking knew it. It says, when someone says, what would Jesus do? Remember the flipping over tables and chasing people with a whip is within the realm of possibilities. I could never understand why I was compelled to break shit and flip shit during the MDK project, but now it is all making sense. It was what I was called upon to do. This is my purpose, to be the one to do whatever the it takes to help my men flip the motherfucking switch to get from where they are to where they want, need, and deserve to be. He says, it is an amazing thing to do what you are called to do, knowing you are on the right journey and remaining resolute, regardless of the noise, becoming bullshit proof. When will men start acting like men again? No more bitching and complaining, passive aggressive, gossiping, negativity, people pleasing, groveling. So what? I yell and scream and curse when that is what's needed to bring chaos to a situation, to let a man deal with it and overcome it. So what if I flip tables and smash it with a sledgehammer? If it's good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me. This is how you learn to bring order to chaos. That is a purpose as a man. Go flip a table today. Those that know, no, men, we have work to do. There are some other comments I wanted to talk about that I thought were so good and definitely worth reading. This person said, dude, honestly, I cannot even force myself to muster up even a shred of make-believe respect for this type of shit. What type of scam has you paying $18,000 just to get some BDSM get shit on son experience? And it's supposed to make you more of a man? My grandpa was a veteran and would be utterly and completely disgusted to see an organization like this. Y'all let me know what you think of this scam, but my thoughts are anyone who wastes their time, energy, money on something of this nature needs legitimate help. What do your wives and girlfriends really think about this? So I felt like I wanted to have a brief discussion about this. I didn't want to do like some big video on it. It's hard to watch. It's hard for me to watch. It's hard for a lot of people to watch. What are y'all's thoughts? Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Let me know your thoughts below. Give this video a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Please be careful out there.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.